Now, everybody is talking about this and this and this and that. Everybody has an opinion on Marwa or reactors. Everybody is having their own kind of opinions. But there's one thing that will never lie: facts. And one of the best ways to deal with facts is by looking at the statistics. And these statistics come from a reputable source. This is a source you can believe in, and that's YouTube. Now, anytime you upload a video, there are numbers. These numbers come in terms of views, the number of likes, and the number of comments. Those are numbers. Those are cues that will tell you what's going on with your video. And another important number is subscribers. So let's talk the number of subscribers, the number of views after you upload your video, the number of likes, the comment section. Because the purpose of that comment section is to give you a view of what you may have said that does not sit well or how you're progressing. It gives you a hint on your YouTube journey. So if we are going to deal with statistics, by statistical data that is available, you can go and check. It's not my responsibility. I'm just reacting and I'm just giving information. If you go by the statistical data that has been availed to you, you will tell me one thing for a fact. If there's a person who is slowly going down, if there's an empire that has started to crumble from within, it's Marwa. His channel is not growing. Viewership, he can have 20,000 views. He can have 25,000 views. But how many subscribers does he have? 570 something. Now with 570 something subscribers and you're getting 20,000 views, tell me, is that growth or stagnation or a decline? Marwa's curve was going this way. It reached its peak. Now it's coming the other end. Are we starting to see the fall of an empire? And the damage has been done and cultivated within. Statistical data does not lie. There's a video he uploaded, Scandal 1 and Scandal 2, targeting Nico Buddha, following the Donors Money saga. That saga with Farmer Isa and Nico Buddha. Marwa wanted to maximize that saga and probably drive his views over the roof. What has happened? Those videos are not even, as I'm reacting right now, those videos are not even above 35,000 views as at now. And this is a guy who has over 578k subscribers. That's data. That's a raw data that is provided by a reputable source. That's a source that is credible. YouTube gives analysis. It does analysis, hourly analysis, daily analysis. So that's credible information. Now, if you look at the number of likes, even with 20,000 views, at least you should have at least 3,000 likes, because likes, they tell the algorithm on how your video is functioning, is doing, and can be easily recommended to other people. So what we are witnessing with Maros is that he's declining. He can have as many views as most of his videos. The recent videos he has done, there's no video that has hit 150. For the last 6 months, as at now, we're in January 2026, as at now, for the last 6 months, all the videos he has done, none of them has hit over 200k views. None. And this is a guy who was doing so well when he was doing traveling videos. He was doing absolutely well. This is a guy who has seen that there are things that cannot work, there are things that are not working. Sometimes Sometimes you can call it quits. If it's not working, stop feeding it. Now, look at it. Look at somebody like Nico Buddha. He has about 7.8k subscribers. But in this scandal that Ayamaro wanted to maximize on, what has this scandal done? This scandal, instead of killing Nico Buddha, it has empowered, it has fueled, it has given Nico Buddha more wings to fly. Because people want to hear both sides of the story. People are waking up. We're in the 21st century, bro. People are waking up. And anybody who's going to come here hating, you can do whatever you want. I'm going to stick to my truth. At the end of the day, I have nothing to lose. I have nothing to lose. I haven't even reached the threshold for me to earn anything from YouTube. So I'm getting nothing, but I have to express myself because I like it. I'm having fun doing it. Can't you even see that? So if you're a hater for the sake of hating, there's somebody who can come here and comment and criticize me on how I do my videos or probably on the content within my context. There are people who can come and advise me. There are people who can come and encourage me. And there are people who just come to comment for the sake of commenting. Those Marwa's minions, there are so many. I've seen them in other channels. There are those who make videos. There are those who comment. And those who comment are the stupid ones because those who make videos are earning something out of it. Those who do not, they just comment, waste their time, and that's it. That's nonsense. That's stupidity of the highest order. Anyway, we were talking about statistical data when it comes to analyzing who is headed in the right direction and who is losing it. First of all, I am Marwa. On this one, you're losing. Right now, you're supposed to be doing big things. Now that Rocio is not even in the villa, there's nothing that should be holding you back. The mistakes you do are the ones that are derailing your progress. Because you see, Ayamaro, if you had two good horse trainers, if your stables were already there and set ready for the horses, and you have good horse trainers, people who understand a horse deep down, you have a veterinary for those horses. Right now, you can live outside of that village for even a year without worrying. All you'll be needing is every day you need an account. You can even have a website purposely created to give you data about this horse, its weight, its height, its progress. Was it sick? The date? All that data. We're in the 21st century, bro. You do not need to micromanage your employees, and that's why they are leaving. Because you're not giving them a chance. You see, when you micromanage employees, they do not become creative. And you also crush their morale. Anyway, statistics. Those are just the reason as to why I'm trying to explain the reason as to why Ayamaro's viewership is declining. People are not subscribing to his channel because he no longer woos, he no longer entices the younger generation to watch him. The people who are coming to YouTube for content, people don't understand his story anymore. There's nothing that is there to spike. Goku's project was one of the greatest moments for him, but it only existed for a whole month and then that's it. After that, he made content, he made money. That content was eating proper. But after that content, he has nothing. He doesn't even understand that sometimes you need to take a break from the content you're making. Because one thing that will never lie to you are views. Viewership will never lie to you. Now, the bigger one is the comment section. The two videos he uploaded, Scandal 1 and Scandal 2, we're in January. Today is 8th January. So you're going to have to go and check what Ayamaro uploaded on January 7th and January 6th. They're entitled Scandal 1 and Scandal 2. Something of the sort. Now go to the comment section. Whether those comments are deleted or they're not deleted. Some of the ones that I read, 70% of the people who are commenting are calling Ayamaru petty, childish, ignorant, and all manner of names, and I agree with them. I do not disagree with them. Why? Because I am Marwa. Logic has declined. If you would listen to how he's handling that issue with Nico Boda, you would tell this guy lacks leadership qualities. And I've explained that in another video that this guy does not understand the importance of emotional intelligence. He lacks emotional intelligence. He lacks communication skills. He lacks critical and analytical skills. He lacks conflict management skills. He does not have leadership principles. The statements I've made do not dilute the fact that Ayamaro has done a lot of positive things for the village. That one I agree. I'm not disputing that. I'm not here to hate on the guy. In any case, we would have wanted him to succeed in life. But now he's the worst representation of a Kenyan man. So I would rather anytime he opens up his mouth to speak about black people, he should speak for the Ondaris family and not for the Kenyan men. So statistically, the comment section is telling Ayamara, you're headed on the wrong direction. Listen. But can Ayamara listen? No, he can't. Now let's come to the people he's fighting. You're fighting Max Bryan. By the time Max Bryan was leaving Villa Magellan, Max Bryan had 900 subscribers. By the time Max Bryan was being chased from Villa Magellan, he had about 930 subscribers because I was following all that drama. By the time he went to Nyeri, his home county, that guy, he rose from zero to hero. He went from 930 to 2.3 something. Right now, as we're speaking, he's at 2.3 something. Now you see with YouTube, all you need is about 1,000 subscribers and you hit the 4,000 hour mark and you're good to go. Max Bryan was monetized in a period of 3 weeks. A guy who was not known, a guy who loves horses, he was monetized in 3 weeks. And mark you, by the time he's getting monetized, I Am Marwa was busy trying to trash Max Bryan. He was having a smear campaign to damage Max Bryan's reputation. That failed terribly because people went on to subscribe, people went on to support him. And then Max Bryan goes to JT podcast and does an interview. That interview, who do you think it destroyed? I Am Marwa, you're a big YouTuber. When people are coming live, when people are speaking up against you, guess who you're losing? You're losing people. You think Chocolate Man is going to come and build you a big dream and all that? You think all these, partners are going to be there for long? We are waiting for another big thing. Even them, they will come and become reactors because they will see the real you for the real you. Because one thing I know about you, Ayamara, is that you choose who to like and who not to like. And if you don't like someone, you'll be busy with a smear campaign against them. That's who you are. But these numbers are not lying. Max Bryan, his viewership increased. The guy can earn from YouTube. Once his neck is good, he can go back to work where he used to work. And you came lying to people that Max Bryan was fired. And the reality is he was not fired. That was a lie. Why would you say that? Why would you be a big YouTuber think that you can come and lie to people and that people are not going to call you out for that? We are not that stupid. We watch. We are learned. We have cognitively, we can see it. We have independence, autonomy of thought. And as we think, we analyze things, we see things, and we say it as it is. We are people who prefer to be pragmatic and use logic in making any assumption, or even when we are making any assertion. So facts and statistical data is not lying. It's telling you you are declining. You're digging your own grave. The likes of Getrifa, they have nothing to lose. That guy was a boda driver. So anything that picks him up is a tick. And Getrifa, all Getrifa want is to build that villa. Once he's done building that villa, kumbaya, you guys are done. He has a child, he has a wife, even though there are so many scandalous details with their relationship, but apparently he's doing something. But once Getrifa is done building that villa, Ayamaro, you better be sure that he's going to put a wall, and you two, you'll be done, washed. Remember, you and Percy do not see eye to eye. So what you're doing is you're having enemies within the same area. Tell me, when will you ever have peace? And then you're buying properties in the same village, and you have horses that go grazing anywhere. What makes you think people can come and poison those horses? Anyway, statistics. Even having enemies is statistics. The person who is having many enemies in that village, it's you. And then you start um, coaching people and scouting for enemy. For instance, when you told people they should not hang out with Nico Buddha and that their friendship should end, that meant that anybody who hangs out with Nico Buddha is also your enemy. So at the end of the day, you've taken it upon yourself to entice people to hate other people, and for what? For nothing. Now, I'll ask you one thing. Is that the spirit of Pan-Africanism? Where is forgiveness? Where is love? Where is leadership? You are the leader. Where is all that? Time will tell. That's all I can say. Time will tell. Majority of those people that you've been hitting on, majority of those people you've been threatening through your proxies, time will tell. They will be vindicated. And you see, when we came here at first, because what really introduced me to you is Goko's project. We were looking at you as a very nice guy, as a very kind guy, as a very selfless guy. You would sacrifice your time and go there and do what you needed to do. Turns out, all these projects are pawns. All these projects are pawns. You don't do them because you're kind and selfless. You do them because they are kickbacks. For you, it's about kickbacks. Because if you really care about Getrifa, if you really cared about Musabi, you shouldn't have treated him like that. And actually, you shouldn't even have gone live to talk about his parents, saying that his father beats his mother and that his father is a drunkard. Would you say that your father-in-law beats up your mother? Because those were rumors, I cannot confirm. Those were rumors, and those are things that have been spoken online. So I'm just saying what I've heard and what I've watched from the likes of Lucas, the Traveler, Mogesi, all those people. They claimed that your father-in-law, no, not your father-in-law, your father, people call him Pangaman, beat up your mom, congrats mom, until she was hospitalized. Now, would you come and discuss that? You discussed about Mosabi and that his father beats up his mother. Now, would you come and discuss about your mother and your father? Now that you told us about Musabi and his father and his mother, now would you come and discuss your father and your mother? And you wonder why people disrespect you even in the village. Imagine for a big guy like you, people coming and they're openly talking about your family. The disrespect you've accorded yourself is your own destruction. And I am Marwa, you'll come and make videos and act like these things are not affecting you. They are affecting you. You're a human being like any other human being. These things are actually affecting you. Just because you showcase 2 hours of your day, we don't see what goes on. If you really want us to give us a raw information, all your cameras, put them online. Let people see you for a week. Apart from when you're taking a shower, when you're taking let there be Big Brother Marwa. Let cameras be everywhere. And people will decode your character like nobody's business. Peace out and subscribe.